Hello, hello. Welcome to day 7. Yeah, we're in the first week. We're at the end of the first week of the Flash Briefing February course that's being presented by me, Peter Stewart. Got a background in radio and broadcasting, and also I produce and present Flash Briefings. So it's me together with Suze Cooper, who's got a background in radio and audio and broadcasting, and also produce and presents her own Flash Briefings. It's like we're made for this show.
Absolutely. That's right. And we're on day 7. So in February, we have been talking about the mindset, the skill set, and the marketing needed to create your own amazing flash briefing. So we are all about supporting other people to create these little audio files that go out every single day via Amazon Alexa smart speakers. Because we've been them to do, isn't it, Peter?
Absolutely. And today, in fact, today and tomorrow, we're going to be talking a little bit about your logo or your icon, whatever you want to call it, your cover art. Just a couple of tips. We're going to give you some websites to go to tomorrow. But today, let's just talk about why we're talking about how important it is to have your icon and to have your logo. And I suppose the first thing to say is that first impressions really do count. It's the first touch point. You know what? Yesterday, we were talking about your name of your flash briefing and the description and the SEO, and before that we were talking about the content and what you're actually going to be talking about. But before both of those bits of kind of content and ideas, whether it be the name of your show or what you say within your show, it's what your show looks like rather than what it sounds like. And by that, what I mean is when people are scrolling through the directory of different skills, different flash briefings, their eye is going to first of all land on your icon or your logo before they actually read the name or the description of what it's all about. It's the first touch point. And you know what? You need to communicate really, really quickly what it is that you're doing, what the show is about, and also how seriously you're taking your audio production. Now, if it's a flash briefing with a silly fart joke for kids, then you can imagine that could look a little bit silly. It could have some crazy colors, some weird fonts, and it could just be exploding out of the screen and almost deliberately not have much what you might call professionalism about it. However, if you are using a flash briefing to pass on information, useful information, to build a relationship with adults and potentially sell them something a little bit further down the line, then obviously you want to come over branded, businesslike, professional. So therefore you've got to think not only about the name, as we spoke about yesterday, but about your colors that you are using, the quality, the font. As I said yesterday, if you're using Comic Sans and clip art, then it's going to be saying something different from if you're using perhaps Arial font and a photograph. So think very carefully about what you use and how it fits in with the rest of your branding, because brand consistency is really, really important. So I would suggest you're using the same kind of color that you're using with the rest of your brand, whether it be your letterheads or the logo on the side of a van or the advert that you've got on people's websites and your website color and all of that. So the same kind of color, the same kind of font, the same kind of typeface, and also for it to be really big and clear and bold, so it's eye-catching. Because you know what, when people are searching up and down on their phone or on the Amazon site, there's not much real estate there for them to see. It's a really small logo. In fact, it really is a thumbnail image. It's about the size of a thumbnail if someone is looking on their phone. So it's got to leap out from the page, really, really clear, and really, really obvious what it is that you're doing. So not much clutter, not too many words, maybe just a visual representation of what you do, and have that brand consistency as well. And Suze, it's also important about colors, isn't it? Because of those Alexas with screens, because then if your color as part of the logo, it kind of that is the same main color that's used behind your logo as well, and one could kind of cancel out or be a bit jarring on the eyes, couldn't it?
Absolutely, and I've certainly had personal experience of this actually. My flash briefing, the Social Days flash briefing, the logo was an idea that I just came up with because it was a very obvious image. It is a black hashtag on a yellow background. I thought it would be eye-catching. I thought the yellow kind of promoted happiness and kind of being happy with your content, and was a kind of sunshine color. Really nice idea. And I've used those two together, and I really like the logo. But someone has been in touch with me and said, did I know that actually on the Echo Show, the yellow actually comes out really quite vibrant, and so vibrant that they don't like looking at it on their screen. Now, in a way, that's, you know, it's negative feedback, but it's also feedback that I like to hear, because I wasn't completely aware of that. And actually, I quite like it on the Echo Show screen myself. Their opinion is that it's all too much, but it's understanding how your logo is going to be used within the Amazon ecosystem. So not only is it used within the skill store, as Peter says, where it will be placed into a circular logo that they have, that they basically put they kind of put it inside their little template. It's a little speech bubble, which all of Amazon skills, everybody's logo gets put into the same place. And that's quite tiny, particularly if you're on your mobile phone screen. But it's also then going to be on this, you know, Echo Show screen, which is 5-inch or 8, which actually currently I don't think there's a way at the moment that you can change that, because a flash briefing is audio only currently. So it's not something that they've expanded the skill for the screen versions of the Echo currently. It means that you are kind of stuck with your logo will be the picture that people are going to be seeing while they hear it, if they're listening on the Echo Show. So there's an awful lot to think about in terms of how your logo is going to be seen, and where it's going to be seen, and which colors you might want to use.
Absolutely.
So
I'm going to leave it for here today, because we're going to be back tomorrow with some websites. Because if you're thinking to yourself, I know nothing about fonts and colors and designs and things like that, well, rest easy. Don't lose sleep over it. It's okay. Don't panic. We're here to hold your hand on Flash Briefing February as we go through step by step with the skill set, the mindset, the marketing for building a better briefing. Tomorrow, we're back with some really good websites that you can use. They've got templates. They're cheap. They're easy. They're straightforward. They're really, really professional. So you can dive into those. You can have a little play around, and you can create something that looks really, really good. So we're back tomorrow. Just looking down at my notes here, all of these websites. Oh, and also something it says down here, we're going to be talking about size matters. Don't know what that's about. Join us tomorrow. We'll find out together as Flash Briefing February continues. Until then, bye-bye for now.
see ya.